There comes a point where a country has to stop fighting with itself long enough to realize the house is burning. I think we are there. And I do not care for the moment whether you are MAGA, liberal, gay, straight, Christian, atheist, immigrant, conservative, progressive, or somewhere in the middle. I do not care who you voted for. I do not care what flag is in your yard. I do not care what television channel you watch. Because if the floor underneath all of us starts collapsing, none of that is going to matter as much as we pretend it does right now. That is the part people need to wake up to. We have been trained to hate sideways. Neighbor against neighbor. Family against family. Worker against worker. One exhausted American pointing at another exhausted American saying, "You are the reason my life is falling apart." Meanwhile, almost everybody is struggling with some version of the same fear. Can I afford my house? Can my kids build a future? Will I ever retire? Can I afford groceries? Can I trust the institutions that are supposed to serve me? What happens if things get worse? And instead of recognizing each other in that fear, we were taught to turn it into hatred. That is madness. You do not have to approve of someone's entire life to care whether they are hungry. You do not have to share someone's religion to help them after a disaster. You do not have to agree with someone politically to stand beside them when their family is hurting. You do not even have to like each other. You just have to remember that we live here together. That is what has been lost. Community. Basic human loyalty. The understanding that when the lights go out, the person helping you probably will not be a senator. It will be the guy across the street with a generator, the nurse down the block, the retired mechanic, the mother with extra food, the teenager who knows CPR, the immigrant family cooking for 10 people when they only have 5. Your neighbors. That is who America actually is when the cameras are gone. And maybe we need to start acting like it before a crisis forces us to. Because I believe we are entering a period of serious economic and institutional instability. You may disagree with my diagnosis. Fine. But look around. Trust is collapsing. People are exhausted. Everything costs more. Families are stretched thin. Faith in our institutions is deteriorating. And screaming Republican and Democrat at each other is not fixing any of it. The two-party cage has convinced us that every problem has only 2 answers, and every American has to belong to one of 2 armies. Maybe that is exactly what we need to outgrow. Because rebuilding a country takes more than voting. It takes people who know how to cooperate, people who know how to organize, people who can disagree without becoming enemies, people who know their neighbors, people who can repair things, grow things, cook, teach, lead, protect, comfort, serve, and show up. That is the America I want back. Not an America where everybody thinks the same. That would be ridiculous. I want an America mature enough to say, I think you are completely wrong about half the things you believe, but if your house burns down, I am still helping you rebuild it. That is strength. That is civilization. That is family. And maybe the most rebellious thing Americans can do right now is refuse to hate each other on command. Stop letting politicians, algorithms, influencers, and television personalities tell you which neighbor you are supposed to despise this week. Look around your actual community. Those people are not characters in a political argument. They are human beings. And if difficult days come, they may be the exact people standing beside you. So yes, disagree, argue, debate, believe whatever you believe. But remember something bigger. When the smoke clears, the politicians will not be rebuilding your street. We will. When institutions fail, communities carry people. When systems break, ordinary people become the system. And if America is going through a storm, then this is not the time to keep drilling holes into our own side of the ship because we hate the people in the other cabin. We can fight later. Right now, we need to remember how to be a country again. Not red America, not blue America, not left America, not right America. Just Americans. Flawed, angry, different, exhausted, but still capable of looking at each other and saying, I may not agree with you, but I will not abandon you.